This is a 57-year-old female who's had a significant toothbrush abrasion. She's used a lot of toothpaste and has brushed vigorously around the gums of her teeth, and these are the lower front teeth. And you can see the different tooth structure and actually the bristles as far as the different ones going through the next tooth structure called dentin. The teeth are not mobile. As we get this close-up, you can see the wear that's occurred on the two front teeth. These are x-rays of the left area of her left side. You can see the crowns that are open and the decay that's near the second molar right underneath the filling in between the teeth. Both crowns on that side have openings and need to be replaced. This is the actual video footage of that. You can see the recession that's occurred from brushing too hard and the tooth removal. Crowns don't protect from recession or once the teeth are exposed or the roots are exposed and having tooth removed. You really, if you look at the manufacturer's instructions for toothpaste, you're supposed to only use a pea-shaped size. And this person was using more than that. This is where the hole is, where the that was on the x-ray, and that's a crown that will need to be replaced. The tooth next to it also has a significant hole as well. That ledging is from the toothbrush. And here's the very last tooth where the filling is in between the teeth. You can see the little hole that's connected between the filling and the tooth. Somehow or other this wasn't bonded or wasn't able to stay clean, and you can see a significant hole. If you went back to the x-ray, you would see a very dark spot. This tooth could end up needing a root canal. When we look at that same tooth from up on top, you can see that this tooth-colored filling had replaced a old silver filling, and apparently the old silver filling was made part of the tooth dark. And that's the cheek side or buccal side, and that's not unusual. That tooth structure hopefully will be nice and hard, but underneath the filling itself there's a significant amount of decay. Here are the lower front teeth with the significant amount of tartar. You can see the gum tissue is kind of a reddish color, and that usually means that the irritation is significantly underneath the gum tissue. That area might need to be numbed up to get everything off. One of the reasons why you go to the dentist on a regular basis is to get all the tartar and plaque off your teeth. There's just places that a person isn't able to get off by themselves. This is the lower first molar. You can see the little gray crack that's connecting to the tooth-colored filling. On the x-ray, the filling didn't look very good. We will take that filling out and see if that crack actually goes up underneath it. This is the second molar, lower second molar, and you can see in the very back there by the gum tissue a vertical fracture, and there's a vertical fracture also on the inside by the tongue and then in between the teeth. So usually what's recommended is to replace the silver filling and see how those cracks are. Most likely that tooth will need some sort of an onlay or crown. Trying to just wait until there's a problem with those significant cracks would very easily end up losing the tooth. Now, here are the upper teeth. And here's the x-ray. You can see the tooth-colored filling has decay up underneath that. The darkness there, there's also a silver filling on the side. Hopefully they won't connect. And you can see that the filling is a little bit rough in between. Here's an old silver filling, which may very well stay. There doesn't appear to be anything that comes to mind other than the fact that her previous old fillings were having problems. Here's the back of her front teeth. You can see a little bit of the gum tissue in between the teeth where she wasn't able to get her brush. Is a little bit red and irritated. There's some brown spots in the occlusal grooves or lingual grooves of the molars. Nothing to worry about. There is a vertical fracture that connects to the silver filling, and that's a very deep silver filling, and that filling should be replaced. Will probably end up being a crown. This also is a tooth that, and there's the x-ray for that. The crown seems to be holding up on this particular x-ray. And there's the other silver filling that has leached quite a lot of the amalgam into the tooth structure. Here is the upper teeth. We can see the ledge from the brushing on the upper first premolar. Also a lot of the recession that's occurred on the canine and all the other teeth. Generally in a situation like this, one of the better ways to treat this is to cover the roots of the teeth. I have the gum specialist cover the roots, and then anything that's left that should be covered could be done with a filling. Another way would be to cover the whole area with tooth-colored materials. They typically don't have the longevity of having the gum tissue covering everything. Tooth-colored fillings in that situation, if they're not bonded properly and polished properly, can oftentimes lead to more decay over the years. I've seen some last 15 years before it gets to be a problem. On the other hand, it is a very difficult area to cover. There's the lower teeth as well. Really in a catch-22, if you don't keep this clean, you'll get decay on the enamel, not the enamel, but the dentin, which is softer. And you really want to be able to keep that clean. If you brush too much, it'll get worse. Now we're looking at her grinding her teeth here, and just you can see how she's been wearing down the teeth, particularly the two front teeth there, and it's kind of like a perfect fit right in that situation. You can also see how those two front teeth have almost over-erupt. When you look at in between the two front teeth, you'll see the where the lower ones come up, and it's almost at the gum tissue. Right there. And she has a very significant overbite, overjet. This is her x-rays of Panorex, just showing that she still, has bone around her teeth.